might be a liar and a cheat too. I just can't quit you now 'cause I love you. Yes, I do. I can't let you go, baby. I can't let you go, baby. 'Cause I love you, I love you, I love you. No, no, no. Now that you got me started, I just can't stop. No, no. 'Cause I love you, baby. I can't let you go, baby. I gotta tell you that I've been looking for love so true. When I was down and out, along came you. Though you might be a liar and a cheat too, I just can't quit you now 'cause I love you. Yes, I do. I can't let you go, baby. I can't let you go, baby. 'Cause I love you, I love you, I love you. No, no, no.
Hey everybody, welcome back to the stream. I know it's been a few hours since we last talked, but a lot of stuff's happened, so at least we have something to talk about here. Before we get started, I know it's not going to be as many people here because it's much later at night, and I think it's a Wednesday night at that. But hey Justin, hey Fat Buddha, hey Relevant, hey D's Nuts, and hey RW as well, and hey Relevant. Oh, there, I just said hey Relevant. Let's see. Thanks for being on late night. Yeah, no worries, guys. I'm always here to help you guys out, and this is pretty fun. So far, Bitcoin dropped down a little bit, and you see we didn't go on full tank here. We'll talk about a few different things as we kind of go along the stream. probably will be an hour. I got some tea to kind of keep me going. I just brewed it just now, so I can probably drink it once it's cooled down in like 10, 15 minutes. I didn't have time to put it in my fancy tea maker, right? Okay, so let's talk about a little bit what's going on here, and we can have a little bit more of a casual stream here today, or this late at night, okay? Now, right now you guys can see Bitcoin. I wouldn't even say it's bouncing off of this Fibonacci extension level. I would just say we're bouncing off of the 20 moving average on the 4-hour chart, okay, guys? I know one and the same are there, but, so far that's what I'm looking at as far as, this current price action. We all know that we tried to break out above this on the daily chart and confirm that by closing above it. But if we go over here to the daily chart, you will see that we failed to close. And now we're kind of in this little bit of a reversal stage where we're trying to break down below the 50 here. And this is where we go back to the futures market. It's still mixed. So there still is an opportunity for Bitcoin to go up today. I'm still sticking with my statement that I'm still more bearish than bullish, but if the market does go up later on today, kind of around this time, pre-market starts in exactly 1 hour, then I think Bitcoin will have an opportunity to bounce from here with some force, with the help of whales, of course, to try to push us back up over the next few hours. And basically, you'd be looking at something more of a, let me see what I can do this right here. A little bit more of a curl, just like that, okay? That's the goal here. Maybe even a little bit more of an aggressive curl where we start going back up here, then consolidate for a little bit more time. But we're not done with this rally yet here, I think, until we manage to break down and close down below that 20 moving average on the 4-hour chart, guys, okay? Let me go over here very fast, show you guys some other stuff here on the 15. Because, normally for the day stream, we go over like the NASDAQ Dow. We don't have to really do that as much because we already did it before. So as far as this is concerned, you do see the 15-minute chart starting to show some more of those bearish signs here. And by bearish, I just mean the 20 and the 50 are having some golden crosses against the 200 moving average. This is only on the 15-minute chart, but you can see when we started to have that force on the downward side just a few hours ago now, you can see it was because we broke down below that 200. It doesn't mean you needed to open up a short or anything at that position. It just means that's what caused a little bit of an acceleration. You can see how that level of support really did matter. 30-minute. Oh, there we go. So it took a second here. 30-minute, we still have a while before that hits. Hopefully, we can bounce off of the 200 on this chart if you do want to make a solid reversal. More likely because the 200's coming up, and less likely maybe because Bitcoin's going down, hopefully. On the hour chart here, one last thing. We did also break down below the 50 here. The 50 moving average on the 1-hour chart usually corresponds with the 200 on the 15-minute chart, if you guys haven't already noticed. You can see how usually we kind of bounce off of them. The 50 is just a little bit higher, normally just a teeny bit higher, okay? Okay, but we are looking at a death cross happening over the next few hours here, and I wonder if what may be the catalyst for either us going down or up quite a bit here over the next few hours will come when we actually approach that 20 moving average on the 1-hour chart. If we break above it, maybe we have an opportunity to test out the 50 and then keep on going up as far as the hour chart's concerned. If we end up getting rejected down from it, maybe then we come back to retest the 22,344 level and from there, see where it goes on, okay? Okay, guys, let's take a quick peek at some of these other crypto coins here. Dogecoin's also down. It did break down below the trend line here, but came back up mostly because Bitcoin didn't just, break down. On the 4-hour chart, though, we are still above the trend line. We did close down below the 20 on the 4-hour chart, though, so that is a little more bearish. As far as Ethereum is concerned, we did officially break down below the 20 here. This is making me a little bit more bearish. We talked about this a while ago, and it was not anywhere near this. It was still trying to hold. Ethereum did come down a little bit more aggressively than we might like it to be. Our next level of support for Ethereum is going to be somewhere around 1450. So maybe we have some opportunity to have a bounce from there. But at this time, if you guys took the opportunity to short this down, it looked pretty good. It's a pretty good short so far, so that's nice. ADA, a lot of other stuff. It's trying to find a little bit of a rebound here just because of what we saw with Bitcoin over the last few hours. But overall, guys, everything's pretty much down 1 to 3%. Some coins out there like Dogecoin Mars, it's down like 5.5%. But the majority of coins I'm looking at right now, this is in the last 7 hours or so. Bitcoin's down 1.8, Dogecoin down 2.5, Ethereum down 3. That's just because it ran up so much. XRP only down 2, STMX down 3.5, SHIB down 2, FTM 3. So a lot about 2 to 3% range, and you got Link, Bitcoin Cash, Crow, all down about 1.5%. So, we're still in this kind of precarious spot, guys, but we're going to be waiting for the next hour for the futures to get started here, or excuse me, the pre-market. that'll give Bitcoin either a big boost or a big dump. And so far, again, we're still kind of unch here. S&P was unch a few seconds ago when we talked about it. It's 0.01% down. Dow is now up just a teeny bit, and the NASDAQ is down just a teeny bit here. So, and you can see the SPY just went unch again, okay? Oh, hey, Loki. Loki's over here saying hi. Let me give you a treat, Loki. There you go. There we go. And if you guys are coming in now, welcome to the late night stream. I'm pulling these things off every now and again. It's midnight streams for me. I know some of you guys it may be 3 o'clock. Some of you guys it may be 6 o'clock, 7 o'clock, 8 o'clock. You guys have different time zones than me for sure. Let me turn off my phone here. I'm still getting buzzes. A lot of people I deal with in the crypto world, they're up in Singapore, Europe, so I get messages all throughout the night. What's on right here? And hey, Irvin, late night special? No, Irvin, I'm doing more of these streams. I want to, so I've been having a lot of issues getting to sleep on time, and I've just been working, and I've been getting these migraines from not going to sleep on time. So what I've decided to do is just have a later workday, because I can trade whenever I want to, right? As long as my options are working out in the morning, I don't usually care too much. And then I'll take on another stream later at night. And then once I'm done with this stream, I just pass out, and I bought some new curtains. You can see I even have in my living room too. They're just blackout curtains. So when I go to sleep, whenever I wake up and I'm naturally fully rested, and I feel a lot better there. But yeah, get ready for these. They're not going to be every single night, but they are going to be more frequent. I'm going to try to do 3 midnight streams a week here starting off. And if I'm lucky, I'll try to push it up to 4 or 5 if I have the energy for it. Right now, it's just like I've been like from the time I ended my last stream to now, I had some dinner, and then I went straight to website development, talking with some friends about equipment and editors and how much editors cost in case I want to pay an editor to do a video. I think I'm gonna have to pay something like $100 an hour or something like that to work 4 hours for a video for me, but I think it'll be worth it. So or at least I'm gonna have to learn how to do it if I don't want to pay them for that. So I'm learning and teaching myself, which is like taking night classes at this point, right? What's going on here? And hey, D's. Oh, don't worry. Yeah, what do you call? So I'll definitely call you D's. Sometimes I forget because I do like your name. Whales are still shorting. Hey, Justin. Yeah, they are right now. We're just a little bit of a breathing pattern as we try to bounce off of this 20 here. Let me actually move it over here, guys. Because what we were trying to do a couple times here is we were trying to hold this flag during the last stream. And you can see since then we actually did break down below it, and now we're back down, and now we're just worried, frankly, that we're going to break down below this trend line right here. That's the concern. If we start breaking down below that, just like how Ethereum was starting to break down a while ago, that's where things get a little bit weird. If we were to go over here, though, maybe let's say to the 15-minute chart. I haven't done this check yet, but I was looking at it earlier. I think we still have plenty of time, but let me verify that. Yeah, we still got plenty of time. Sometimes I like to see what's going on here just in case we're like this is a reason maybe bouncing, but no, it just seems like we're bouncing off of that 20 moving average on the 4-hour chart. Let me put this back on the second chart here. There we go. Let's go back to the 15-minute chart here so you guys can see what we're talking about. We were trying to hold, we're not able to hold, and you can see now we're testing at the Fib levels, and we're going to have another death cross here. We are managing to get back above the 20 here, at least for the short term. Hopefully that can give us some type of relief. And there we go. We can watch Bitcoin's second chart for a minute. And if I see any coins really do anything great or bad, I'll make sure to pop it in there instead of the left side Bitcoin screen. But right now, I don't see anything really crazy happening right here. What's right here? And Hades, seeing NASDAQ weekly chart in the long term, it could be not that bad. Inflation is bad, but again, people's purchasing power is getting strong, and so is the economy. Hades, I actually agree with you. That's why I think the recession, I think we're going to we're going to have a recession, but I think it's going to be a very mild one. The way I phrase it here is a very cynical one. Like, people are going to suffer, but it's going to be an acceptable amount of suffering because the majority of people are going to be fine, right? And so I think the market will, do what the market does, which is kind of care about people with money, and it will continue to do fine here. I do think we're probably going to end up having some new lows here eventually, but we'll have to see if those are going to be coming in the next few weeks, or are they going to be coming because we have a formal announcement of a recession, inflation still stays high, so we have to keep on increasing rate hikes here. That's going to be the issue I see. I don't know how aggressive the Fed is going to be in like 2 to 3 months time, because people are still buying and inflation is still going up. They kept on saying they're going to go attack it. I mean, at what point do they say, hey, these rate hikes, they're not slowing down the economy enough before they, will they dare to pull out a big bazooka? I don't know. Maybe 100 points is going to be the bazooka right now, but it just doesn't, for some reason 100 points now feels too small now that we have like 9.1% inflation, right? Now I should be saying something a little bit more crazy, saying, well, shouldn't we go to 125 basis points to get this over with faster? But I think that's a little too crazy and extreme. So I'll stick with the 100 basis points like I've been screaming for a few months here. Also, we just gotta wait for Russia-Ukraine peace deal for a bit recovery. I don't know if Russia has an incentive right now to end the war. Europe is just not doing well because Russia is controlling all of the energy, of course. And I just saw a story a few hours ago, probably earlier too. Let me see if I can find it here while you guys are watching Bitcoin. But let's see. Cut Europe. Let me see if I can find some news on this. Here you go. This is from CNBC. So, Italian Prime Minister Mario Draghi says he will resign after failing to revive his coalition government. Oh, there's political instability going all over the place. That's when you know there's a bad economy going on, when politicians can't survive, right? Okay. So this is what I read earlier. Russia is blackmailing us. EU asks member states to ration energy as Putin tightens grip on gas supplies. Weren't we supposed to be the ones that had control over the energy markets and we're going to put Putin into tough positions? That's not what's happening right now from an economic standpoint. So that's where the issue is. Like, why would Putin give up this stranglehold he has over Europe right now? Of course, it could be better. Don't get me wrong. But, I mean, as many people, I think, would be shocked to realize, like, when you guys know I take my dog to the dog park, I talk to people. My job comes up when I talk about, hey, I invest in cryptocurrencies, I invest in options, I deal with the market a lot, I have a YouTube channel in the market, and people ask me, what's going on, like, and I tell them, like, yeah, Russia's a big concern right now, yada, 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 and then they'll say something where at least we're causing them a lot of pain. I heard the ruble is crashing, and then I have to kind of say, no, the ruble is as high as it's ever been for a while now. It's like, it's doing crazy well. It's not that like the all-time highs, but it's doing fantastic. I'm like, wait, what? And people don't understand that the ruble is just doing great right now because they changed up their standards. They've been forcing people to adopt the ruble as a currency in order to buy gasoline. So, there's a little bit, I wouldn't say misinformation, but the whole truth isn't getting out there to people that don't really follow the news every single day. And so they're still trickling down like, oh, wait, this isn't working? And I think that's going to be the issue where people say, maybe this Russia-Ukraine war may drag on a little bit more because, guys, it's July, August, September, October, November. I think in November is when it starts to get a little bit more chilly, so maybe 4 months from now, we start seeing energy consumption start to go back up as far as heating homes, heating old folks' homes, businesses, energy. So that's going to be critical for the next few months. And I think, what happens to the global economies if Europe can't fix this problem before that happens? America has had time to prepare and get our gas fixed, but we didn't really do anything. We tried to go to Saudi Arabia and they said, thanks for coming over, but no thanks. So, we're kind of in a conundrum. The last stop that America can go at now for gas prices before we talk about this article here is that we have to go to either American corporations, which, they are corporations. They do want to make money. They are greedy. They want to help their shareholders out as much as possible. Right? My 401k likes them doing that, apparently. But at this point in time, guys, come on. Like, it's like political suicide for Biden to do that. So the only thing I can see him doing now is trying to go to Venezuela. And what are the chances of Venezuela helping out Biden right now? Maybe if we give him a good deal, but are we going to deal with the dictator? Or, we're all just in a bind right now. And that's the big concern. The economy is one thing, but you remember I told you guys a few months ago, I would be more happy about the market once I can start seeing the light at the end of the tunnel. I don't see that light just yet, but I want to see it, right? I got some tunnel vision. It's just black out there. Okay, but here we go. European countries are being asked to curb their consumption of natural gas by at least 15% until next spring. Okay? As part of a wider plan to deal with reduced supplies from Russia. The European Commission, the executive arm of the EU, on Wednesday presented a strategy on how countries can prepare for the winter period when their energy needs are much higher. Just kind of talked about that a few seconds ago. Let's see. Let's see in there. And right here, okay. The plan asked the 27 EU nations to cut their gas consumption by 15% between August 1st and March 31st, 2023. To achieve that, the 27 EU governments will have to update their national emergency plans and report to the Commission every 2 months on how they're progressing towards their goal. As anybody that has to deal with the bureaucracy, just ask us in America, ask in Europe. Things don't work out that clearly. They never work out that nicely. I still think that this is going to be a problem, guys. So yeah, just understand. I do think prices are going to go up even more. It's flatly because the ration. There's just not enough. There's not enough supply. Excuse me, not enough supply. And I think that's what that's telling us is here. I would say maybe towards August. No, maybe towards September, October, maybe even closer to October, maybe even November. You're going to see energy prices start to soar because Europe is going to be trying to get as much as possible. America only has so much. Remember, we gave some for China for some weird reason, but we're in a pickle, guys. We're just flat out in a pickle here. That's why I'm not as optimistic in the medium term here. Long term, yeah, I'm buying up Bitcoin and assets every day here, but actually, I haven't bought any crypto in the last few days because I don't want to buy at these inflated prices, but I will be buying sooner rather than later. And hey, Jones, no 100-point rate hike, Michael. They don't want to crash the markets. I mean, I can understand 75 again. I can totally understand that. But inflation keeps on going up. I don't know how, in my opinion, I think Wall Street doesn't have confidence in the Fed dealing with inflation, right? And I think the Federal Reserve understands this right now. And anytime I'm on CNBC or Fox News or Bloomberg or heck, even Yahoo Finance News, you will have hedge fund guys going on there and making fun of the Fed saying, we don't have faith in them. We have no idea what they're doing over there. They're being too cautious. They're chasing this instead of leading us through this problem. And then I think Jerome Powell sees that, understands his legacy is on the line, and therefore he is going to try to do stuff a little bit more aggressively going forward because this thing will define him. If you guys remember Greenspan and the 2008 financial crisis debacle, their names are forever stained in everyday America as far as not being able to handle this issue before it got so bad. Now, it wasn't just the Federal Reserve's fault, of course. It was the government's fault, lobbying and all that good stuff. But that's just the system. But yeah, we're in Bitcoin's coming up here a little bit more, guys. We're seeing a little bit of a nice little move. That's nice to see, right? Bounce. But yeah, we're going to be in a weird spot. I would like to see a 100-point rate hike, though. I would like to see 100 points. If you guys from U.S. owning any export-import to Europe or working on dealing with EU companies, my advice, seize the moment. Dollar is getting stronger. What do you call? I think, let's see what happens. Are we still going to pump up here for a second? Okay. We might, but let me just go over here to watch list. If you guys go over here to Euro, there we go. The Europe has gained a little bit of strength here, just a tad. You can see we bounced off of that, right below a dollar mark, so we did actually invert for a little bit. But we are bouncing here. Who knows how long this is going to last? This is a weekly chart, guys. The daily chart looks a little bit different. There you go. Nice solid bounce. We're running up into that 20-day moving average right here. Last time we were able to get above it, I guess, but not break above it. It will be a level of resistance, but the last time we managed to break above it, we did make a move up towards, I guess, the 50-day moving average. But that wasn't really too sturdy of a level of resistance, right? But yeah, here right now, you can see the euro is running up against resistance right now. We may end up going back down even more, especially if this week or next week, they rate hike as 100 or 75. That's going to put pressure on the euro to, or at least the European central banks to start acting, right? They can't act as fast as us. Their bureaucracy is a little bit different. But we should see the dollar index probably go up because of that, which should make, of course, the market and everybody else go down. There we go. 5 seconds. There we go. There we go. Okay, let me take a sip of water here. My tea is still too hot. Oh, and welcome, everybody. I'm not used to streaming at midnight, so I don't usually look at the numbers. So welcome to the 54, 55 people watching. I appreciate it. And make sure to subscribe if you guys haven't already. Excuse me. And hey, CryptoBase, a 100-point rate hike would mean they want to force a recession? I believe they do want to force a recession. I believe they do want to force a recession. Well, if I was Jerome Powell, here's my thought process of why things aren't going my way. Since I can't really, since Jerome Powell can't do much stuff for supply right here, what is he going to do? He's going to try to make it so demand goes lower, so that supply-demand balance kind of balances out, whatever you want to call it. But unfortunately, his rate hikes aren't doing enough to curb demand, and part of that just is, I don't know how to say this in a proper way. The tools the Federal Reserve has doesn't actually address everything that's going on right now. The Federal Reserve can't address low amounts of oil. America has to open up maybe one more refinery, get all of our refineries up to full pace, so to speak, and then from there we have to start bringing more oil to the ground. The oil corporations aren't going to do that without assurances that the government's not going to go after them a few months later because, well, frankly, if you want to drill oil, you have to go through courts because people protest, people sue, and stuff like that. The oil people, the oil corporations, they don't want to have to deal with all that hassle. They don't want the red tape in their way. They want to have a red carpet laid out that says drill, baby, drill on the other side, where all they have to do is push a button and they drill, right? And they don't have to pay for anything. That's not going to happen. So, that's going to be one of the problems coming forward. Quick little tidbit here, guys. You can see Matic is also soaring right now. Probably best to put it right here. Let's go back to Bitcoin on the 15. Let's go to Matic on the 1. Matic is having a nice little time pumping back up here, looking fairly well. We'll watch Matic here for a few seconds until it dies back down. But you guys can see Matic is actually making a move here. Let me see if I can. Yeah, that should be fine. Matic is making a nice move. Let me just do that then. People spending is strong, but I wouldn't call it purchasing power is strong. Spend more money, but in return get less stuff. I think that's a good way to put it. I have friends that have a lot of money. I have friends that don't have a lot of money. I think people are still purchasing, but I guess they're not spending as much on some of those luxury items. And by that, I mean, one of my friends, I asked him, hey, you want to go out for dinner later on this week? And him and his girlfriend were like, we want to, but we're trying to save up money right now. Groceries kind of ate into our going out budget, right? And they're really smart about budgeting, so when they say something like that, I don't even bother. They're the type of people that have envelopes with everything, all the cash they need for the month, and then they're set. But, it's how would I say that? It is going to start trickling down, I guess, more and more. Or maybe I should say trickle up, because usually when you have inflation, the poorest among us get hurt the most because they have the less amount of money to use. So, if I didn't help out my mom, she's on fixed income, right? And she only gets I think it was like $700 or maybe $800 a month from the government. So that's because she has a disability, broke her back while working, and yada, 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 and some health stuff that came out of that. But she, just imagine what could you do with like $800 a month in this economy in Washington State? What can you really afford? And so those at the bottom can't make ends meet. They're forced to do something else. Now, those in the middle, they kind of feel the pinch, but they're not they're not at risk of going homeless or something like that, adding to the growing homeless crisis. But, as inflation starts to rise, prices keep on going up. That's where you see the middle class having the pinch. That's where you guys start to see politicians start to actually address the problems that are going on. Remember, guys, people have been talking about inflation since last year. It's only when the middle class and voters started getting ticked off about it, you saw the issues there, right? And Maddox seeing a little bit of resistance up here, back at that resistance level that we talked about, 87 cents or so. But you guys get what I'm saying. What else is going on here? What's right here? They have more of an incentive to not crash the markets. They have all the time they need. See, I never think that the Federal Reserve is a purely, I'm missing the word here. I think it's influenced a little bit by politics and the world around it. So I think what you see, I think the Federal Reserve is going to be, will risk putting America in a recession in order to curb inflation. I may disagree with some of you guys on that, or maybe you guys will disagree with me, however you want to characterize it. But I do think the Federal Reserve is willing to put America in a recession if it means getting inflation down sooner rather than later. Believe me, Buddha, as long as people buy stuff, your economy will be saved. There we go. Whale number 3 sold everything. And hey, Stizzles, yeah, I was looking at that earlier. You can see all of it got moved over here to this wallet. I was looking at it a little bit earlier. You can see over the past few days, whale number 3 has been moving everything in this wallet. So I wish I actually had a whale number 3 saved, because now I don't know where to find it. Maybe whale number 12 now? No, that's 11. They took out 10,000. They might not be in the top 100 then if they sold everything out. No, no. Yep, they're not even in the top 100 then. You would see you would see a lot of Bitcoin over here on the right hand side being sold off. So what we got now, I guess, is I don't know which wallet I have. So let me just look at this. It's the 1LQO, 1LQ0. Yeah. So now it's wallet number 4, and that should match up to the plus 29,000. Yeah. So now we're looking at a whole nother wallet number 4. This is going to be confusing over the next week. I will make a video about this. I'm making 2 videos this weekend. I'll actually make this video maybe tomorrow, and I'm making another one about BitGet trailing stop losses here. But yeah, guys, this is the wallet we have to pay attention to now. It is now wallet number 4, or if you guys want to look at it from the address, it's 1LQ0WIST8K. You guys can see the rest of it, or just screenshot it off your phone if you want to verify it. But that's the new wallet number 3 here. The new wallet number 3. I am surprised that they just moved all this money over here. I'm not exactly sure why they're doing it. Oh, Matic actually popped up a couple seconds ago, guys. But who knows? Let's see. I have more Bitcoin than whale number 3 now. Never thought we'd be able to say that, right? And hey, Johnny, is it a good time to buy Bitcoin? As far as right now, I would still say I'd still be a little bit iffy about it. I do think if you want to buy Bitcoin, you'd be okay as long as you had a 2 to 3% stop loss here. But my concern is that if the market does open up in the next hour, or let's say actually 32 minutes now, as the pre-market opens up here, and now we're down. Yeah, you may see Bitcoin start to break down completely below that 50-day moving average there, leading us to retest this trend line over here. If I can pull this up maybe on the 4-hour chart. Yeah, there we go. Break down below the 20 on the 4-hour chart, leading us to hit this trend line right here. And then if we aren't able to bounce, that's where we could start breaking down and doing what Ethereum has started to do over the last few days. And Ethereum has actually started to break down here. If I go right here, maybe the 4-hour chart looks a little bit better. There you go. Uptrend, breakdown, heading for support. We're going to see what we can do, but you can see what happened after we broke down below the 20. It wasn't pretty. I mean, in fact, if we bought the breakdown of the pattern itself, that wasn't pretty itself. I mean, what was that profit right there? If you shorted right here, let's give it a little bit extra room just in case you didn't do the exact moment. Let's just say you took it to yesterday's low. You know, that's like 4%. If you took it to today, you could have made like 5% with the 10x leverage. That's like 50x. I would say most of you guys would probably have just made 30 to 20, something like that. But it's looking, you know, we are looking a little bit more bearish here, unfortunately. But if you did want to buy, you'd need to have a stop loss. Right now, you guys definitely need to have a stop loss. There's a little bit of hope for Bitcoin. I'll say that. But we really need the market tomorrow to open up green. What we're seeing as far as most of the major indexes right now is we're hitting some major Fibonacci extension levels. We did have the breakouts. I won't put the trend lines back up there, but we did have our breakouts. We're having some issues with this one today. It doesn't mean we can't just break out above it tomorrow. You can see rejected here, next day booming, right? It doesn't mean we can't just break out above it. We are going to hit our selling zone over the next few days, though, if we do start breaking into the 32,500 level or so. So you can see a level of resistance right there. We're hoping we can break above it today. Even if it means we open low and throughout the day we go higher, that's a possibility as well, which is always kind of weird because crypto doesn't have such a thing. On the other side here, what's the other one? S&P, similar, same Fibonacci. We're trying to get to the one target. That's the 402 level for the S&P. Still grinding up here. And last one over here is going to be the NASDAQ. This is the weekly chart, isn't it? We just hit the number one target right here. You can see we got rejected from it. It doesn't mean we can't break out. It just means we stop there for the day, okay? So we're all at these levels of resistance. We're all hoping that tomorrow we can actually blow past those levels and get Bitcoin to actually have a reversal here. That is definitely a possibility. But if you want to buy, and right now is a good time if you want to buy, you need to have that 2 to 3% stop loss to protect yourself in the event that you guys go to bed or you guys are at work or something like that. And you see that the market opens up negative. This is the wrong one. Market opens up negative or whatever, and that causes everything to go, kaput in a hurry. All right, so you just don't want to become a bag holder. But yes, if you still wanted to buy right now is technically still an okay time to buy. So yeah, you could buy right now. It's a higher risk chance, but it's definitely probably worth the chance right here if you wanted to take it. Again, just keep a closer eye. Pre-market starts in 29 minutes. You have a better idea of what's going on once we start seeing some of the volume in the early hours. I never pay attention to pre-market, honestly, guys, because again, I'm on the Pacific coast of America, close to Seattle. It's like 1 o'clock my time. I don't know who would be up this time. Look at freaking pre-market, pre-market stuff. I have alerts set every now and again, but rarely do I have to ever, pay attention to them. Let's go back over here to the 15. There we go. Is Matic doing anything special, or no? Matic's just coming down like Bitcoin. We'll keep an eye on it though in a few minutes. There we go. And hey, Lupo, dude, my salary per month in Romania is around $800. What do you call? Let me put it to you this way: America, especially a blue state like Washington State, which has heavy taxes, it is very expensive to live here. Like here, my friends live downtown Seattle, so this will definitely be more inflated. But if you want to live in the city here, let me just go over to Zillow.com. And I want to rent a place. Let's say I just want to rent a house. Well, actually, let's not even say house. Let's just say apartment. Let's say we're not rich enough to have a house. I just want to rent a house, apartment. There you go. Let me see. Oh, we're waiting for Bitcoin to do something here. Let's go out of the downtown city and kind of go more into the suburbs over here. Okay, let's just go to whatever this is right here. 10 units by the highway. If you have $2,300 a month, you can get 541 square feet. I guess the picture's not showing up for some reason. Oh, that's right here. Yeah. But if you have $2,300 plus, apparently you get 541 square feet, or for $2,400 you can get 457 square feet. That's what you're getting, guys. Now, of course, if you live over here by like what's over here, I figured all the places around here. Denny Park. What's this place called? My friends live here. Mintz McKenzie. Okay, yeah. So this one, if you want to pay $2,500, you can get 420 square feet, and it comes with a little bit of a shower, a bed that turns into a sofa. You got to provide that yourself, washer, dryer, and some, small little stuff, and a tiny window to outside so you can see what other people are doing with all their money, right? So it's just a teeny bit more expensive out here in the cities. If you ever wonder why Americans love to work, it's usually because we're trying to get money to afford something we really want, because we have self-control, but I mean, money is really good. Our whole economy is set up so you can make a lot of money or you can be very poor. We're not as structured, so we don't have that safety net as much as other countries. But that's because there's like the opportunity. I won't say like it's a sure thing, of course, but we have the opportunity to just be like flat out billionaires if we can make something really cool. Which I don't think I'm gonna become a billionaire, but I'll settle on being a millionaire. I'll settle on that. What's right here? But yeah, Lupo, Daniel, yeah, the money goes further in different spots. Heck, I'm moving out of the country in a couple years or in a year or so, just so I can afford the nice life here, have a living made, deal with any mess I make. I'm not dealing with it. I mean, I'm not going to be a slob, but I'm not going to deal with any of it. In fact, I'm going to be having fun making YouTube videos, paying people to do my editing for me, have so much extra money. You guys have no idea. Let's see. Oh, but rent's like $1,900 for 1-bedroom apartment here. Yeah, the evil killer. Yeah, it's like there's a difference. It's hard. It's hard. I had a 1-bedroom apartment in downtown Tacoma, and I was paying like $2,000 for it or something like that. It's in Seattle, I was paying like $3,000 for it. So I had friends talking to me like, well, dude, why are you paying $3,000 of rent for living in the city? And I was just like, I don't know. People do it, I guess. I didn't have a good reason. I like it. Are they selling or bouncing between wallets? Hey, Cryptobase, bouncing between wallets. Nothing has been sold right now. I forgot the guy's name that messaged earlier. I think it was something inappropriate, but I've got a shit or something like that, whatever his name is. He was pointing out that they moved Bitcoin from their wallet to Coinbase. They didn't sell it. Then they moved it from Coinbase over to another wallet. So they're playing games with this right now. They are clearly playing games with this at this current point in time. It made me so happy when you said Matic was pumping. I was feeling pretty down because I kind of went in all on Matic. Make sure you have a stop loss to make sure you don't lose more money than you need to. It really does protect you in the long run. But so far, Matic is up to about 87 cents, a little bit below that now. It's up like 4.42%. It's looking okay, but make sure you have that stop loss just so you know how much you're going to lose if the trade doesn't go your way. That way, you're never surprised about how much you end up losing. Rent for that amount of space, around 300 to 500 depending on city, same in Romania. Yeah, what do you call it? It's, I wish it was those cheaper. No, there are cheaper spots out in Washington State, but nobody wants to live there. And it's mostly because most people in Washington State live on the west side. There's like a west side, east side prejudice across the mountains here. It's very weird. Average Manhattan rent hits $5,000 a month. Oh yeah, fat butter. Nope, I'm not dealing with that Manhattan rent or that San Francisco. I mean, Seattle, of course, has those rents. Don't get me wrong. I have friends that pay $5,000, but they're like 2 bedrooms, not 1 bedrooms. I think that's the glorious thing is no matter how expensive is Seattle, New York is still going to be more expensive. And what do you call it? Because I think as Seattle, isn't seen as that like Hollywood style place where like a lot of talent comes. Seattle's its own kind of like little techie place. It's a whole different vibe than New York and San Francisco, which is why I like it a lot. But the hills in Seattle are death. Hades, there's a reason why U.S. citizens go to either Mexico, Latin America, or even Asia to get purchase property, or at least one. For $800, you can get a mid to quite luxury flat or house. Exactly. That's why I'm going down there. And I'm going to go down there to get a really nice house, get good Wi-Fi, get all my services done, bring my dog over, have him have some pups over there. I can afford a live-in cleaning lady. Like, guys, again, you guys know I grew up poor, but there is a difference when you grow up poor and you're cleaning up after yourself, and then when you hire a cleaning lady. I have a cleaning lady now, but it's not a live-in maid that kind of like has her own place where she has like her own guest house where she can live and stuff like that. When you have somebody like literally cleaning up some of the smaller messes, like just doing the day-to-day dusting, washing the dishes, sweeping the floors, and now like I have a robot that does the sweeping of the floors, but it helps her out too. Your life you just have more time to work. You just have more time to work, right? And the place to live, you could purchase 200 meter square house in a good neighborhood and a good quality for around 170 to 220K. Oh gosh, I wish we truly live in a different world. Well, that's why I'm moving to Nicaragua, guys. And I like Nicaragua a lot. I've been there a few times, been to El Salvador a few times. I think El Salvador is probably a little bit too dangerous for me personally right now. I even thought about Belize because their national language is English, right? So that's kind of a cool thing. But I kind of want to live on the Pacific coast of Latin America if I can. And hey, JW, Washington has no state income tax. That is true. I pay capital gains taxes. What we do have is a 10% sales tax. So if you want to buy a $50,000 car, it's going to cost you a 10% tax on that. We're also very pro health, I guess, over here. So if you want to buy a soda, there's a soda tax. So we make up for that in other ways. If you want to get your tabs renewed, it's like a couple $100 because we have this thing called RTA excise tax that's meant to help fund other parts of the streets and roads and stuff like that. We get taxed. Trust me, we get taxed. And hey, Amy, how high do you think Matic will go October 15th at the Disney Accelerator? Nobody's going to have a good idea of what's going to be going on there until we see what happens as far as inflation over the next few months. Nobody's going to have an idea, my man. What I would assume is there might be a run up to that event. If Bitcoin's doing okay, it might pump up a little bit more, but I would still be trading Matic based off of Bitcoin's more bearish and bullish side, okay? So if you're seeing Bitcoin look a little bit more bullish, Matic is always something that that outperforms Bitcoin by quite a lot, as you guys have seen over the past few days here, of course. While Matic's gone up well over 120%, Bitcoin's only gone up like 20%, 24, 25%. That's how I like to trade Matic. At this point in time, I think of Matic right now, I'm not really trading it as much more of a good long-term hold. Maybe if it has a good run up towards that time, if the economy is looking better, inflation's just finally started to tick down, that might actually give it more of an acceleration. But I'd be very, very hesitant to give you like an actual estimate right now when there's just so much time going on right now. I would have no idea how to get that for you. There'd be such a wide range that you would not be able to use it in the slightest, my man. Hey, Pro Chaz. Oh, yeah. He's referring to a few years ago now, we had something called the Chaz riots in Seattle. I was there in the riots. I was filming the riots. They were actually really fun. I mean, not really, but I mean, for me, it was entertaining. And basically, it was like cops versus rioters, and I was just on the side of the sidewalk, because if you're on the sidewalk, you're good. If you're not on the sidewalk, you're bad. Just filming everything going by. I went to the riots. Windows bashed, fires going on, flashbangs going off. I didn't realize how bad flashbangs were, guys. They're really bad here. They're really bad. But yeah, Chaz was a crazy time. I mean, there's still people like mad about Chaz over here. Chaz stands for the Capitol Hill Autonomous Zone. I think there was something called CHOP. I don't know what CHOP was. I think it's before Chaz, but it's like Capitol Hill something zone. I don't know what the O standed for, but once it became Chaz, Autonomous Zone. Yeah, we have some crazies here, guys. It's just part of the Seattle vibe. Let's see. And hey, MW Entertainment, Wyoming is pretty cheap, plus close to the Black Hills, Yellowstone, and the Tetons. Ooh, yeah, I actually like that one a lot. I used to live in Montana for about 5 years, and I absolutely love the mountains out there. Usually after like a night out or something like that, if I were lucky enough to hang out with a girl that night, a lot of times we would just go driving out in the middle of nowhere for the next day. We'd get Starbucks, we'd get ourselves some fruit cups, on me of course, and then we'd go driving out into the middle of nowhere and just watch horses and cows, and you could just drive past any passes, and it'd just be flat for miles and miles and miles, and you just chill out and enjoy yourself. There's a lot of crazy stuff in the middle of America where there's like just a lot of flat land. You'll just see a massive auction house in the middle of absolute nowhere, which is awesome. I miss going out to Montana, mostly because of the fishing. And hey, Junior, no major news on Voyager right now. The last email I got from them, this is what they said. Actually, let me just see if I can find it here. It'll save me some time, and I can make sure you have the most important information. Yeah, 3 days ago. Okay, here we go. Bitcoin's still kind of driving up a little bit. We'll talk about that in a second. This is the last email I got from them. There you go. On July 5th, 2022, the petition date Voyager Holdings Digital Inc. and two affiliated debtors, collectively the debtors, filed voluntary petitions for relief under Chapter 11 under the United States Bankruptcy Code. The debtors' case are jointly administered under case number 22-1094-3 before the Honorable Michael E. Wiles, in the United States Bankruptcy Court of the Southern District of New York, the Bankruptcy Court. Now all they give me is some files here. It's like some PDFs where I could read some of the information here. It doesn't really tell you anything important. It kind of tells you everything we've talked about so far, that you're most likely not going to get all of your money back if you have money trapped in Voyager. You're going to get it in a mix of Voyager stock, Voyager coin, US dollars, and maybe stable coins if they have that. All right. So that's what it pretty much tells you. Both of these are, you should have gotten an email here. Just type Voyager, and the name of the email is going to be Voyager Digital Restructuring. Okay, that's the email you're looking for right there. And you can see the second one right here definitely has a little bit more stuff, but this is just a basic filing. There's not really much news here. You can basically see exactly which companies are part of the this proceeding, and what they intend to do here, I guess you would say. Claims, notice, kind of some basic stuff. It's not much new information, unfortunately. I wish it was, but it's really not. And hey, Junior. Oh, no worries, guys. I'm always here to help you guys out. It's a late night, guys. We're chilling. I don't expect as many people to be watching the stream right now, but we got 63, so that's nice. I appreciate you guys. I like doing these streams later on. But yeah, give it some time for Voyager. You're not going to get all of your money back, of course, but you should be able to get something back. It's just that right now we don't have a clear timeline of when all these proceedings are going to be completed, okay? And hey, Amaris, happy to see you. Hey, Michael, what's that really fast Bitcoin chart? Is it the 15-minute second chart? Oh, excuse me, that is the 1 second chart on the left-hand side. On the right-hand side, you have the 15. On the left hand, you have the 1 second. I was looking to see if there was any coins actually bouncing up right now. The only one that's actually moving quite well is Matic. Oh, I just scrolled down here. Oops, no, that's Matic right there. There you go. Here's Matic trying to hold above that resistance level. Matic is trying to flag right now and just consolidate, probably trying to just stay above the 86 cent level or 86.5. Hopefully it can stay above, what was the low on this candle? 0.8676 if it can, and then try to break out here, but that really depends on if Bitcoin over the next 15 minutes can have a big jolt. I mean, if Bitcoin wants to make a big jolt, I guess we would just have to wait up to like maybe half an hour here. Maybe this next 15 minutes we can kind of incrementally grind up since we just broke out above the 20 here, kind of. And then from there, we can have a big jolt that takes us past 23,000, hopefully back up to maybe 23,200 as we try to break out both above the 50 and the 200 moving averages on the 15-minute chart. That's the hope here. We did just have a death cross here, but of course, we're still okay on the 4-hour chart. We're still bouncing off of the 20 here. So, yeah, there's an opportunity, guys. We're going to see. But that I'm just putting that in terms of Matic here. There we go. You guys can kind of see that a little. No. Yeah, we can just watch Matic like that for a couple seconds. And hey, Brian, did they file Chapter 11 as a broker? Yes, I believe they did. So basically, they're not going to go out of business, right? There's 3 different companies, so I think they have to actually file them a little bit differently, possibly. But they're not going to go out of business. They're going to try to restructure so they can come back, and so Voyager will be there in the future. The problem with Voyager right now is, frankly, I have money trapped in Voyager. It's only $500 because I took the rest of it out. But when I told you guys, I don't know about Voyager. But I have no timeline of when I'm going to get that money back. I know I'm going to get it back though. If I do get any back, it's going to be in a mix of Voyager tokens. Voyager tokens, cash, stable coins, and stock in the new Voyager company. Those are the 4 things where I'm going to get that money back, if I get any money back at all. I assume I'm getting some money back, but who knows how much. The majority of this all has to do with the 3 Arrows Capital incident. That's what makes it so much more tricky. Excuse me, guys. All right. Yeah, but that's basically what's going on here right now, guys. As far as Voyager's concerned. Oh, LOL, everyone's going to be unsecured then? Yeah, what do you call it? That's why everybody's freaking out, right? And if you talk about the other one, which is Celsius, which also just went to bankruptcy, I think BitBoy had like $1 million in Celsius or something like that. There are people that have, some of those larger influencers have a lot of money. I have the majority of my crypto in, wallets, I guess you would say, like Ledger Nanos. But, I do have quite a bit of money trapped in exchanges as well. I mean, not trapped, I guess. But I have some on BitGet. I have some on KuCoin. I had some on Voyager. But when stuff started to go sideways, I was just like, better safe than sorry. I might as well move some of that money out. And I'm happy with the results so far on that one here, right? All right, now you're seeing we're coming down here a little bit. I hope this death cross doesn't cause us too much pain. I really want to see if we can bounce here and try to make a move. What are the futures looking like right now? Oh, they went back to negative. You remember, guys, they were just turning green for a second. We're still okay, though. Around 1 o'clock, 12, like right before I end the stream, we'll check out the pre-market here and see what's going on as far as, the good, the bad, anything up. Tesla might be up a little bit after the earnings report yesterday, but, give it some time. What's right here? But just be, in the future, guys, you guys can choose whatever exchanges you want. Right now, I'm building out my website, as you guys know, and on that website, I'm going to have a whole bunch of reviews of every single cryptocurrency exchange I can find. It's going to take me a while to review all of them, of course. It's not like I'm just going to pull it up and make something up. It's going to have to sign up for an account, go through the process, or I'm going to have to call somebody or talk to somebody I know that's in another country that can sign up for it for me, like something that's, not in America. And then from there, I'm going to do a full-on review from it. But before that happens, if you guys have, if Voyager gets itself out of this mess, if Celsius gets itself out of this mess, I would recommend never going to Voyager again. I would recommend never going to Celsius again, okay? You don't want to open yourself up to that risk. They should have lost your trust forever. Even if they give you back a portion of your money, a majority of your money, whatever it is, you should never trust that company again. You should never give them possession of your money again, knowing how stupidly they gave it to 3 Arrows Capital, of whom did a very stupid and risky bet that ended up being liquidated and therefore causing this whole debacle to go forward. Now 3 Arrows Capital is somewhat to blame, but I would blame the majority of it on Voyager for actually loaning them the money in the first place after us, after the consumer gave them our money to make more money with, I guess you would say, right? Okay, let me go check on over here very fast. No, that's still doing okay. So I guess right now we don't, I'll give this one more look as far as whale number 4 is concerned. Nothing new. So just remember, whale number 3 is now whale number 4, everybody. It's this address right here. It's going to be kind of interesting to see how that all pans out. And as far as Bitcoin is concerned, guys, we're still trying to find a way to break out. This is Matt, excuse me. We're still trying to find a way to close above the 4-hour again, excuse me, the 20-hour here, and just try to have a reversal. That's the main goal right now. Let's go back over to that seconds chart, though. There we go. Hopefully Bitcoin can try to make a move. Oh, it's right here. Agreed. Yeah, I definitely believe that you guys should never use those exchanges ever again. Never, 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 never. Right. All right. Does anybody have any questions or any coins they would like me to check out? I don't really have any much more to talk about as far as the market. We kind of got all the bases loaded here. We're kind of just waiting to see which way the market takes us in the morning here. I'm assuming more bearish, of course, but you may be surprised if we manage to bounce off of the 20 moving average in the 4-hour chart, and then the market kind of lifts us up from there. I'm going to go over here very fast as well. Any other news besides the Tesla? No. Tesla sold off Bitcoin. That's fine. No, that's fine. Okay. We don't need any more of that, of course. Okay. Anything else popping off right now? I only see a lot of things falling down right now. Let me go over here to coinmarketcap.com. No, I don't want to do that. Okay. And the last 1 hour, guys. Let me zoom in just a tad so you guys can see what I'm doing. Now you guys can see what I'm talking about. There you go. And the last hour, Matic, what we were just talking about, has gone up the most. Nothing else is actually popping right now. Everything else is kind of just up 1%. You may see something down a little bit. No. We kind of lost track of that number here. But the majority of the stuff, guys, right now is just up 1%. Not really much happening as the market, we're just kind of cooling off here. So if you guys did want to take an opportunity to buy, you want to be using probably this Fibonacci level as support, or you could just be using the 20 moving average in the 4-hour chart. I would probably just set it to 22,600, call it a night, go to sleep, and wake up and see what happens. Most likely, I think it'll probably trigger the stop loss, but we'll still wait for it. And hey, Adam, hey, Mike, are you going to do these videos every night? Probably Monday, Wednesdays, and Fridays. Probably Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays. If I don't do it Fridays, I may do it Saturday night, and that's just because I may be doing something fun on Friday night. Who knows? Probably not, but you get what I'm saying. I'm going to try to do these every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday for you guys because I do like staying up a little bit later, and there has been a lot more action happening later on at night. Right. And I do know that a good chunk of my audience is not in America. So I also want to stream for you guys as well, because I do like talking with you guys. I miss talking with you guys. A lot of, you guys haven't been as around as much from the Dogecoin boom because the time zone is so crazy. When Dogecoin's down this low, do you guys really want to be staying up this late or stuff like that, or early? When my normal daily streams? Probably not, right? What are my thoughts on Spell Token? I like Spell Token. I feel no incentive to trade it, though. I've only been buying it for the long term. It's a very low market cap coin, under $200 million market cap. I think it'll do very well in the long term, but I'm not selling it until the next altcoin season. I really don't feel a need to sell it anytime soon. I am buying it. I hope to have about $500 worth of Spell Token by the end of this quarter. And then from there, I will just let it ride and see what it does. If it does something great, awesome. If it doesn't do anything great, that's okay. It's only $500. And hey, MW Entertainment, I'm always up late. I feel I like the night streams. I do as well, and that's one of the reasons I'm doing this. I also have sleeping issues, and this is just another way for me to help you guys out and make sure I can actually be productive with my time, and make sure it's kind of a win-win scenario. I've been trying to fix my sleep schedule for a while now, guys, and it just does not work. So I'm like, you know what? Screw it. I like going to bed late. My body likes waking up later in the morning. I'm okay with that. Who's going to stop me? I'm my own boss. If I had my corporate job in Seattle, then I might have some issues, but that's been years. And hey, Sean. Sup, Michael? Have you heard of the layer 1 called Sui Move by Miston Labs? I have not heard about that as well. If you give me a ticker to look up on coinmarketcap.com, I will try to find it and look up some information for you, though, as far as the website and their market cap and maybe their charts, if they have any, if their charts are connected to TradingView. But let me know what the ticker is. I'd be happy to look at it. We got a few minutes to kill here. We're still looking at some volatility here for Bitcoin too. Matic is still doing okay though. It's up 4.5%. If you go over to the 5-minute chart, you guys can see we're still trying to flag here a little bit, trying to curl up, but we got to wait for Bitcoin to see if it can do it first. And right now, Bitcoin's going to need the help of a whale if it wants to pop above some of these. Not a massive whale, but just a whale, I would say. Let me go over here very fast. Let me know that ticker, though, because I don't know what layer 1 is. Glad to hear some positive feedback in there. Thanks, man. Yeah, no worries, man. I like Spell Token here. While we're waiting for it, other news. Let me actually zoom out here. 250% is a little bit wild for me personally. Spell Token. Now, it's down 8% right now. I think that's just because it had a really crazy day earlier this week. So if we go over to 7 days, you can just see it pumped. It's just dropping off of that. It's nothing crazy. Now, as far as Spell Token is concerned, though, it's ranked 197, a market cap of $100 million. I like low market cap coins that are under a penny. These are the coins that I trust to go parabolic in the next rally, or they have a higher chance of going parabolic for two separate reasons. First of all, they have a low market cap, which means I can buy in at the beginning. I can buy in when things are very, very low. You know, I don't have to put in as much capital to make more money down the road. That's the first thing. Second thing here is it's below a penny. It's below a penny. So usually when you have a new investor, and I've talked to you guys about this before, when you guys have a new investor in the market, sometimes they don't understand what market cap is. So all they see is, oh my gosh, this coin is under a penny. If it just gets to $1, I'll be rich. And it happens in a fraction of a second, then they just buy for no reason. And that's one of the reasons that Dogecoin went up so much, right? It just keeps on going up and up and up. And I think Spell Token, while I don't think it's going to become the next Dogecoin, I do think it can have a multiple 1,000% rally, which could make me a lot of money if I just have my $500 invested in it. So if I were to go over here very fast, this applies to a lot of coins, not just Spell Token, right? Percent increase calculator, Omni. So if I just have $500 in here, and let's just say it goes up 2,000%, which is totally reasonable for a coin that's a $100 million market cap. You know, that $500 turns into $10,500. That's the goal here. If you guys only wanted to invest $50 in it, that $50 still turns into $1,000. So, you know, there's an opportunity here, and that's only what 2,000% increase in profit. Dogecoin ran up tens of thousands. Now, I'm not going to be the guy see if you did 10,000, that turns $50 into 5,000. While that can happen, I tend to think of those as wish, that's the wish. I think more plausibly, more plausible way, we could actually have a 2,000% gain here. What that would look like on this chart here, while we're waiting for Maddox, so you can see it's trying to curl back up now. We'll see if it can. Spell tether right here. Go back to the daily chart. Move my microphone up a little bit for myself. Let's go to the weekly chart. Can I go to the monthly chart? There we go. Excuse me. Just going back up to the all-time highs, that's 2,600%, okay? Now, I'm not saying we're going to even get to that far, but even if we, let's say we get back up here to these highs over here, that's still 705%. I think it can happen, and then one of the main reasons is it's a metaverse coin. If it wasn't a metaverse token, I don't know if I'd actually be investing in this. If you go over here to the website, right? Make your interest-bearing asset liquid. It'll be fine. Magic internet money, whatever. But I do think this will be more useful, and I do think that the team that's on this will have the ability to make connections and kind of keep their project going. And they do have formal funding, which is always a good thing, especially since, as low a market cap as they are, they still are technically in the top 200. And I do like that. And this had a very, very nice pump earlier on when we did have the metaverse kind of craze going on, but it just kind of opened up at the wrong time. I wish it was what do you want to say? Open up a little bit earlier on Binance, but that's Binance's chart. That's why you see it so high and it's coming down. It was open before then, but on Binance and some of these other exchanges that we look at the charts, it doesn't look too well just because of the timing of being added to Binance or KuCoin. Because of course, all the metaverse coins got really added in the metaverse rally. Okay, we're towards the end of it as far as Spell Token is concerned. Matic is still doing not much here. There we go. Bitcoin's right here, still trying to consolidate, And hey, Ronnie Woe, good morning from the Netherlands. Happy to see you back, my man. And there we go, guys. But yeah, let me know if you guys have any more questions here. I can stay on for a few more minutes. I don't mind. I'm a little bit toasty. These lights, guys, are freaking making me sweat here, and that's not normal. Because normally I don't really sweat unless I'm exercising. Ugh. Let me see. Now I'm going to take a sip of hot tea, though. Yeah, that tastes good. It's lemon mate with a pinch of mint in it. Okay. See what's going on here. Doge on Mars is down 4%. I wonder what's going on with this one here. Let me go to the 4-hour chart very fast. Oh, it looks like it just had a pump earlier yesterday, earlier yesterday, And when the daily candle closed, we just started coming back down. This actually seemed like a pretty good rally here. Let me go to the daily chart. How much did it go up after this little bit of a dip both times? Oh, dog hair. There you go. We went up about 101%, and then overall, over this last rally, we're up like 82%, or around 44%. Yeah, that's why. Okay. 44%, that's a little overbought if I do say so. We managed to bounce off of the 50 moving average here. You guys are seeing a lot of coins looking like they want to have golden crosses on the daily chart, though, between the 20 and the 50-day moving averages. Excuse me, some coins have already actually had that breakout or that golden cross, but you see stuff like Dogecoin, it's close right there. Ethereum, it's close right there. ADA, it's close, kind of close. Ethereum Classic happening probably tomorrow. XRP happening later this week. STMX happening later this week. SHIB already happened a while ago. FTM happening later this week. Matic already happened a while ago, and you see what happened after that golden cross, right? From there, poosh. Litecoin about to happen. Gala. So, Gala is not anytime soon here, but, there's some possibilities for a good run going into the weekend here. It's just going to be, frankly, pretty hard unless the stock market kind of gives us that boost that we need. That's going to be the issue here. So it might even be a little bit more of a fake out as far as those levels of resistance are concerned. That breakout's concerned. What do I think about the Fed buying all the debt? It's a really bad policy that's going to hurt us down the road, but it seems like they have no other issue right now, so that's just what they're trying to do. I mean, guys, the Federal Reserve is in a very tough spot because they put themselves in that spot. So the only reason I have sympathy for the Federal Reserve is because my tax dollars go to the Federal Reserve, right? I just don't see anything good happening over the next couple of decades as far as the Federal Reserve. We're most likely headed for a recession here. It's most likely going to be something more of a mild or, maybe, not an extreme recession. Once we come out of that in a bull market, I think it's going to be incumbent on the Fed to slow down that bull market by selling off their assets first, kind of closing the door, making sure that, hey, if you guys want the market to go up, you're going to have to buy some assets here. And they're going to put these little roadblocks in the way for each big move that the market wants to make, which will make it much more difficult to trade during that time frame. But to be honest, I don't think they're actually going to go with that policy. I think they're going to go with the same old policy of just spend, Burr goes the money gun, we'll deal with the consequences when we have to face them. But it's not a good sign. And China's selling a lot of American debt. You know that? That's not good either. What's right here? Bonjour from France. Perfect time for a live stream. Hey, Crypto Yellow Vest. Happy to see you back, man. Have you heard much about Boston Protocol? I have not. Let me know about it. Because, guys, there are so many projects. I don't keep track of most of them. I tend to go down, look at them once, and if I like them, I like them. If I don't, I don't. But I've only gone through maybe a couple hundred coins, maybe 400 coins. I do not remember all of them by any stretch of the imagination. I'm usually spending about 5 to 10 minutes, and if I like it, I'll kind of do a little bit more of a deeper dive in it. Do I think highest rebound for Bitcoin? Oh, the highest rebound for Bitcoin is 25K? I think we can go higher. I think we can definitely go higher here. I would say, though, 25 is probably a good level of resistance, and the reason for that is, if we go over here to the NASDAQ very fast, let me just get rid of all these things. You see that 20-week moving average right here? I think that's as high as we might go for this rally. If we manage to break above that, then we might actually have a very, very good rally that ends up in a big crash later on. However, that may lead us back up to the 50-week moving average here as far as the NASDAQ is concerned. Normally, I would tell you guys about the SPY and the Dow, but their technicals are just so wacky and they don't honor them as much. If I were just to show you what I mean here very quick. Move drawings weekly. You see how they've already been crossing and doing all this stuff right here? That same level of resistance for the SPY is maybe the 20 here, but you can see we closed above the 20 right here. I don't know if you guys can see this. We closed above it, and it didn't mean squat. The NASDAQ seems to be the only thing that actually honors some of those weekly moving averages, which is why I tell you guys to pay attention to the NASDAQ more often than more to the NASDAQ than other types of the other indexes. Excuse me. Still late night for me, right? But I still think right now that 12,842 is going to be a pretty hard level to break out above. That's an extra 3 to 4% maybe for NASDAQ right now. If we're able to break above that, though, then you might have some type of crazy surge that brings us back up to the $13,000 and maybe even $14,000 level. I can't believe there's going to be a scenario where we break above the 50 here, though. The 50 week, I just can't see that happening. You may see a big, robust move in Bitcoin bringing you back up as far as 27, but I think realistically, if we go back up here, maybe Bitcoin just goes up to 25,000. Then we call it that, then we come back down. So I do think 25,000 is a reasonable number here for this, a potential high for this rally. The caveat being, if NASDAQ ends up breaking out above that 20-week moving average, things can get pretty wild for Bitcoin on the upside. And that's where people get a little bit more excited, right? Very much more excited. And hey, Okie Love. Oh yeah, you guys no worries. I'm always happy to help you guys out. How's the dollar index doing? The dollar index is actually going up right now. It's not doing fantastic. It's not doing bad. It's just doing okay. We're bouncing off of the 20-day moving average right here. You can see we're trying to make a move back up. I think over the next few days, if we do see the market go more risk on, I think you will see the dollar index actually break down below that 20-day moving average and then try to find another level of support kind of around here on the $105 or excuse me, 105 level. We'll see. But right now, I would say just doing okay. It still looks like more bullish than bearish. You can still kind of see this uptrend. Every time we go down, we're still going back up eventually. This is one of those cool down periods, and we're going to see how long we actually have to cool down here. Okay, back over here. There we go. All right. Hey, John, what's up, Mike? I still remember that night when Doge hit 50 cents and you sold some of it. I haven't been in the chart a minute, so I hope everything is well. Hey, no worries, John. I'm doing good. That night was crazy because I got so much hate for selling half my Dogecoin at 50 cents, but that was my plan. So I was like, I don't know how high Dogecoin's going. It may only go up to 55 cents. Who knows, right? And I got so much flack, but I was like, I don't care. I made a bunch of money, and guess what? A few days later, it was up at 75 cents. Then after that, it crashed. So you know what? At least I made money off of the Dogecoin boom. There's a lot of people that can't say that, which is why I told everybody, hey, I know it may sound crazy, but I'm selling some of my Dogecoin at 50 cents. I was treated like a maniac after that. But what do you call it? It was definitely entertaining. What will happen if we go to a different standard like gold? Russia is doing that already. I don't think we're going to do that. America is really... America wants our dollar to dominate the world, and they want it to dominate the world forevermore, which is why I think pretty soon we're going to have our own American, what do you call it, guys? Stablecoin. There's even a stablecoin bill being processed in Congress right now, and it should be voted on in the next few months. So there's already a process going there. I think America is still going to try to control the asset markets by having everything pegged to the dollar, whereas, euro to the dollar, yen to the dollar. We want to make sure we're in the strong position here. The Chinese are trying to outflank us, but they're not doing a good job of it right now. So, I think it's still important. And hey, Kilo, thank you very, very much for the super chat, my man. Let me know if you have any coins that you want me to check out, my man. Also, if you're self-employed to get paid in Bitcoin, the Fed can't tax Bitcoin as they don't have a blockchain account. It's all still private ledger, so how can they accept payment? The only way they can track your payments is going to be going into next year when the federal... when exchanges have to start giving that data over to the IRS. It's not for a while, so you're going to be fine in the short term here. You're definitely going to be fine in the short term. And hey, Crypto Yellow Vest, on Wednesday, the 27th of July, we get a FOMC meeting. It's going to be a big event. I will get more answers maybe. Oh, is that it must be for Europe or something like that. So, okay, let me know what you guys get over there, because I am waiting to see what the Europeans are going to be doing, or the European central banks are going to be doing in terms of rate hikes. I'm surprised they haven't been as more aggressive, but frankly, I don't understand much about how the European banks work, so I don't want to make any false assumptions that you guys like, hey, here's what the bank should be doing, because I have no idea how the system works. It's much more of a confederation over there than it is an America where the central government has power, right? The European Union just let the Great Britain leave, right? America won't let Washington State or Texas leave. It'll be a full-out freaking civil war. So, there's a whole different process over there. And hey, Sean, I'm in South Spain currently. It's not good. Yeah, I heard you guys are on fire, apparently. That's what the news over here is saying. You guys have 1,000 forest fires or some crazy number like that. It's not our fire season yet over here in Washington. We're still doing okay, but we had to rain up until a few weeks ago, so we were chilling out pretty well. €4 bread in the rural places. Whoa, €4? Here it's like 99 cents. I wouldn't say it's the top quality bread though. But yeah, oosh, that's crazy. I pay like €4 for my hamburger buns. No, $4 for my hamburger buns. They're like Sesame Street Fang brand or something like that. Just bought some today because I want to grill this weekend. But yeah, I hope the economy can get better, guys. It will make a difference, but I just don't see it changing up anytime soon. That's the big thing that we're all looking for. And once I start seeing that light at the end of the tunnel, everybody, that's when I'm going to start being more excited, more happy about what's going on. But, do you guys see a light at the end of the tunnel just yet? I don't. I mean, I would be happy to hear you guys' thoughts on the subject. It's just looking more and more pessimistic here until things get a little bit better. What's that right there? Oh, that's fine. Okay. So I got a message on my phone. It's not important. Take another sip of tea here. There we go. Oh, I'm drinking tea leaves, guys. Okay. Anything else you guys want me to check out very fast? Let's see what's going on here. Elon's still down 3. 4. Matic is actually going downhill a bit more because Bitcoin's going down. You want to see if Bitcoin can hold on the 20-minute chart here. See the 50-minute chart, 20 moving average. What are we looking at here as far as the 4, though? Are we still bouncing above it? We're still above it. Ooh. This isn't really the best setup, is it, for us on the 4-hour chart? Yeah, I don't like that setup. I really want to see us grind here, guys, and start moving up. On the 4-hour chart, it feels like we might have one more 4-hour chart of maybe doing good, and then afterwards we're going to tank down to like 22,500 in a heartbeat. I really hope that isn't the case, though, so just keep a closer eye on it. See on the 4-hour chart here. Seems arson season is close. Oh, what do you call? Wait, what is arson season? Is it just like summer, like in America, crime rises over the summer? Maybe that's what it is, or maybe talking about like forest fires and stuff like that. And check Solana. Yes, I can sure check Solana for you very fast. That's not Solana. There we go. So as far as Solana has been, it actually had a very good breakout here, and you guys can see it had to test out that resistance level we talked about a while ago. That breakout could have netted you around 25% profit. Most of you guys might have started scaling out, though, around 13% profit, which is totally fine. As far as the 4-hour chart's concerned, you can see we had a clear breakdown earlier. This is the same type of breakout we're looking for as far as Bitcoin's concerned. Breakdown, you can definitely short that down to that level of support we had before. Easy trade right there. As far as Solana is concerned right now, we are bouncing off of the 50 moving average in the 4-hour chart. That's nice. I wouldn't feel the need to buy anything right now. This is kind of in a nasty middle zone where we're about to either break down below the 50 or try to make a run back up towards the 20, but you're not really buying at that support, and that support right now would have saved you like an extra like 3%. There's no reason to be buying right now personally. I still say it's broken down, so it should be coming a little bit more bearish, excuse me. You're going to be hoping that, again, Bitcoin can manage to rally, try to have a reversal here, at least to go stagnant, and then make a larger move. That's really the goal here. You don't even need Bitcoin to go up and do something crazy. You just want it to freaking go sideways, and that should be good enough for you right now if you guys are in some of these coins as far as longs are concerned. It's expensive. My French baker baguette costs $1.20 or 140 euros in France, no more than 160 in real place. Oh, geez, that is crazy. Yep, I'm not buying yet. There you go. What's right? Can I check out Rose? I can give a Rose a quick little check here. Make sure Bitcoin's moving over here. Rose crypto. There we go. Oof. Happy it's there. Okay, so this one's a little bit more pessimistic than other coins. Let me see what this rally was, though, because it still looks like it had an okay one. Yeah, it's still right up 38%. This thing looks like it's trying to break down below the 50 here, so just be careful with it. On the 4-hour chart, just like everything else we're talking about right now, you did have a clear breakout if you wanted to short that sucker down over the past few minutes. And again, we are bouncing off of that 50 moving average. It seems like the same story with a lot of these coins right now, right? As far as I'm concerned, you missed the opportunity to buy here. It still looks like it wants to come down a little bit more. You may have one more 4-hour chart where it wants to pop back up, and then you're going to be relying on Bitcoin to take the lead here. But this has been a pretty heavy loss here over the last few hours. Like, last 20 hours, it came down 15%. That's a pretty big move. If you're trying to buy right now, you're kind of going for a mini dead cat bounce here, maybe, so it can go up maybe another 4% or so. I wouldn't be in this right now. I'd basically just be waiting for a better setup so I can trade this. You did have a golden cross here, which was nice. You had actually a couple of golden crosses here, which made it kind of more confusing. Golden cross, what happened? A big boom. Golden cross right here. really, eh, you had a crash. So mixed results here. Would I be looking at maybe if you want to put a Fibonacci retracement on here? Will that fix the problem? There we go. Okay. Did that work out at all? It's not even really honoring the Fibonacci levels all too much. It's more honoring the moving averages here. So I'd be careful with it. This was a proper place to sell if you had bought anywhere over here and you wanted to wait it out a little bit more. That was the place to sell. Otherwise, you would have been aiming for that Fibonacci extension level. Oh, hey boy, how you doing? Hello. Which at this point might have been. Well, let me see the two levels here. High point, low point, and there you go. Price target right there. On the daily chart, you can see we didn't break above it, but we got rejected by it instead. That was the exact price you most likely would have been wanting to sell at right there. Normally, it's the one level guys, and if you get more bullish, maybe we can get up to the 1.61 level, but it is rare that we get there. I think the last coin that I saw that got there was actually Ethereum, right? There we go. Okay. They had 2 days of 365 days that are hot. The other 363 days it's raining. So how is it possible just to set on fire? Oh, geez, yeah. To be honest, though, most people are still double masked, so it's not surprising. Double masked? Why? We gave up a mask here in America a while ago. They just didn't really do anything. It's because apparently there's masks that work and there's masks that not work. I'm not going to go into all the COVID science here because I don't want to get banned from YouTube. But from what I understand, some masks work better than others, and I guess a lot of masks that I personally was using, they weren't really doing the job properly. And the cloth masks that I like to use a lot because they're just very simple. Apparently, I learned that they didn't really work that well when Fauci said they don't work as well. So I was like, oh man. But yeah, I guess every country its own right now. It's kind of weird, but we do notice that in America the cases are starting to rise again. So you guys do want to be washing your hands, using the good old hand sanitizer, and just being a little bit safer, I guess. But definitely be careful out there. Nobody wants to get COVID. I got COVID once. I got the flu once. The flu was worse than COVID, but I think I got my vaccine, so that's probably why. I never get flu vaccines, never. But I got the COVID one because I wanted to eat at restaurants. Solana got some good wet cat. I got some last night. Hope you made some good money, my man. There was a shooting in Marbella last night too. Same game plan. Oh man, do you think Ethereum will go to 1,700? I mean, if Bitcoin can make it up towards 25,000 and Bitcoin can actually have this one last surge here, which I think should be the last big surge, yes, it can. That might be a better opportunity to short than rather than trying to buy now and go long, though. But yes, it can reach that level, I believe. Um, and hey, no, it took profits looking for next entry. Yeah, congrats, my man. Good job on taking profits. That was a great play. And hey, Sean, it's rural area people that are so scared the TV is some evil stuff. I've lost loads of clients to heart attacks, blood clots. It's insanity. I mean, you can't control everybody. People do what they want to do, and that's just the way of the world. It's unfortunate, but don't feel sad, but don't feel like it's your fault, right? I don't think you feel like it's your fault, but you know what I'm talking about. But yeah, things can be kind of tricky right now, guys. And hey, D's, mask help, but double mask is just stupid. I don't even know anybody that does double masking. It just doesn't seem like it would be good. So I don't like masks because it's hard for me to breathe in them. I'm fat, right? That's something that I have to deal with, but I'm losing weight. But my doctor says don't lose more than 2 pounds a week or your body won't like it. So I'm losing 2 pounds a week, and I guess that's going to take me a while. But maybe I sometimes lose 3 to 4, but that's just because I don't drink water that much that week or something like that. But what do you call at least people that I know around here, we stopped using masks a while ago, but I think they're thinking about implementing the mask mandates back again. But I don't know if they want to do that during an election season. Elections play a massive rollout here in America, whereas they might want to do something after the election. Right before an election, they're more skittish about losing votes because each party really wants to hold on to power for dear life, right? And hey, Rohit, do patterns work on smaller time frames? Yes, they do, but smaller patterns don't have smaller breakouts, right? Smaller patterns have smaller breakouts, and that's something you need to understand. So right now, you're seeing this little bit of a mini flag here as far as Bitcoin's concerned, right? flaggy flag, flaggy flag. Maybe, I don't know exactly which level to use right here, but you can kind of see this general flag right here. If we break down below from this, it doesn't mean that we're going to have a total crash. Well, maybe just because of the 20 moving average here. But usually the smaller the time of the consolidation, the smaller the move after the breakout or the breakdown. Whereas if you're watching a consolidation for months and then it breaks out, then you have a very, very nice move happening. That's the traditional way of looking at these. I bring that expertise over from the stock market, though. The longer the consolidation, the larger the breakout. The smaller the consolidation, the smaller the breakout or breakdown. What do you call it? And hey, MW, I should have sold on the Doge pump last night and bought back. Now I would have made some decent money, but every time I do, I saw it goes the opposite way, it seems. Dude, don't worry. Go with the price targets. Go with the price targets no matter what you guys are doing. As far as Dogecoin is concerned, you guys will see that we had a breakout here, right? Now, there was a few different levels where you could have scaled out. Well, I'll just put these lines too so you can see them with an actual number form to them. Oh, let me do this for you very quick. 28? Yeah, now you can see those numbers. So you could have sold a little bit, scaled out at 0.072, and you could have scaled it a little bit more around 0.075. That means if you bought the breakout here, right, you could have made 5% on the first scale out and 10.5% in the second scale out. And if it came back down, maybe for the last scale out, you only made like another 5% or something like that. But overall, you would have walked away with something like 6 to 7% overall profit. That's how you want to do that. And if it keeps on going up, you can keep on scaling out until you run out of stuff to sell, right? So, Dogecoin, I think people wanted it to go more up here. That's what I wanted to see, like 8-9 cents. It didn't do that, and I think that's right now. That's just because Bitcoin really didn't do much here over the past few days. Bitcoin itself also got rejected from its one level that you guys can see right here. If you guys don't know, I do shorts videos a lot now, just so I can give you guys some quick updates on what's going on in the market. And basically, they kind of look like regular videos if you look at them from the channel. So they look like they have thumbnails and stuff, like this. Oh no, they don't. Okay. Okay, from my point of view, they look like they have thumbnails, and I'll show you what I mean in a second. But basically, they don't apparently on this one. And so you can see like Dogecoin explodes for some easy money, but then you'll hear me say about what I think is going to happen in the future. Sold Cardano for 136. That way, you guys have an idea of what's going on in my mind. From my standpoint, guys, here, give me a second. This is what I see when I'm looking at them, and now this makes me rethink my whole process here. So here's what I see in my YouTube studio. These are all the same videos, but you can see how above my head, they're all thumbnails. They're all not looking just like this one. They're all thumbnails. I did not know you guys can't see the thumbnails. I spent time on those thumbnails, every single one of them. You guys can't even see them. That sucks. Oh, well, it's okay. I'll live with it. That was a little bit of a shocker though. I was like, damn, oh, okay. You guys, yeah, okay. But yeah, keep an eye out for those ones. I try my best to kind of keep you guys informed there. It's a lot easier for me just to do those videos instead of having to try to do, instead of trying to, 20 here, I guess. Instead of me trying to do formal long videos, it takes much easier time and you guys get everything you need within a short, like a bite-sized time instead of having to wait for a long period of time for it. How do options in Bitcoin and Ethereum? How to do options? That is not something I can show you how to do on a stream, or not at all. What I would do is specifically go to YouTube and search up how to trade Bitcoin options. There is going to be a number of videos on them. I do not like trading crypto options personally. I prefer just trading stock market options. I think I can have enough volatility in the Bitcoin market just by trading with leverage. I don't feel like I need to trade options personally, but they can be useful if you want to take some YOLO gambles on some really out of the money plays. Go for it, but really practice paper trade if you want to go into the options market when it comes to crypto. And hey, MW, I watch all of your shorts when I see them pop up. I appreciate that quite a bit. Am I into NFTs? Personally, no. I'm still trying to learn more about them. I just don't see the value in them right now. Maybe I'll get more into in the while. Maybe if a sponsor hits me up and says, hey, Michael, do you want to promote our NFT website? I'll be like, hey, sure, but I need to know what NFTs are. I need you guys to tell me the good and the bad about them so I can feel comfortable enough sharing them with my audience. And that's what I'm probably waiting for right now, because until then, I actually have no idea, okay? But Okay, everybody, I'm going to call it a night here. I was supposed to end the stream 25 minutes ago, but I'm always kind of happy to kind of drag it along a little bit. I will not be streaming tomorrow night, midnight my time, but I will be streaming Friday night. I know most of you guys may be doing some stuff, so you guys might be able to join in because it is Friday, so have a good weekend. If I'm not live Friday night, as far as the midnight stream, you guys will see me. Saturday night at midnight, okay? And then you guys can always see me 6 o'clock to 7 o'clock every single day, Monday through Friday, besides the midnight streams, okay? I will see you guys if you guys want to see me midnight, I'll see you guys Friday night, so have a chill night. Watch Bitcoin closely, and more importantly, watch, where'd it go? CNBC. Oh, that's not how you spell CNBC, but that's okay. Watch CNBC because right now we're negative, but we're hoping to have a little bit of a positive movement. If we open up negative here, I was hoping the futures might be a little bit better as the pre-market opened up. They're not really. So, just be careful. Bitcoin could take a big dump at any moment here. We're just hoping that we can hold above that 4 hour. On the 4 hour chart, we want to hold above the 20 moving average. I still think we're getting ready for a big drop here. So just be aware of it. Okay, guys? Be very, very aware. And thanks, everybody. I really do appreciate it. And have a fantastic, fantastic rest of your night. And, stop losses. Have a stop.